Imagine waking up tomorrow morning, grabbing your phone, and the top headline reads, "Unknown pathogen detected in 47 countries. Mortality rate over 90%. No treatment works." Sounds like the plot of a bad movie, right? Wrong. Scientists say this could literally happen next year because we're already building the virus that could do it. Mother Nature's been trying to wipe us out for millions of years with her best pandemics, and humanity's response is basically, "Cute, hold my pipette. I'll make something better in a weekend." Here's the scary part. A synthetic virus isn't some distant future threat. It's today's technology. Using tools like CRISPR, any decent lab can now take a normal virus, crank its contagiousness to measles levels, its deadliness to something worse than Ebola, and design it to laugh at every vaccine and antiviral we have. In 2011, researchers deliberately recreated the 1918 Spanish flu, the bug that killed 50 million people, just to study it. They published the recipe. That virus is now sitting in freezers around the world. A single vial smaller than your thumb could hold enough weaponized particles to infect billions if it ever gets out. One disgruntled scientist, one accident, one terrorist with a nebulizer in an airport, and it's game over before we even know what hit us. Today, we're counting down the 5 most realistic ways humanity could actually go extinct. And yes, a lab-made plague is only number 5 on the list. A lab leak would be horrifying, but honestly, it's the slow, gentle way to die compared to what's coming next. Number 4 can turn entire continents dark and starving for a decade. Stick around, you're not ready for how bad this gets. Picture this, one morning the ground in Wyoming starts shaking harder than ever. Then Yellowstone doesn't just erupt, it explodes. We're talking a blast so powerful it vaporizes hundreds of square miles in seconds and shoots thousands of cubic kilometers of ash 50 kilometers high. That's enough ash to bury the entire United States under 10 feet of gray death. Within days, the sky turns black from coast to coast. Weeks later, the ash cloud circles the planet. Sunlight drops by 90% for 6 to 10 years straight. Global temperatures crash 10 degrees or more. Crops fail everywhere at once. No summer, no harvest, no food reserves that last a decade. Billions starve. The lucky ones freeze first. Fun fact, Yellowstone's last super eruption was 640,000 years ago, and its cycle is roughly 600 to 700,000 years. Do the math, we're technically overdue. Right now, the magma chamber is inflating, new thermal areas are popping up, and the ground has risen almost 3 feet in places since 2004. Scientists say no signs of an imminent blow. Yet. But when it goes, there's zero warning that saves the world. Honestly, dying from a synthetic virus sounds almost merciful compared to this. At least that's over in months. A supervolcano gives you years to watch everything collapse while you slowly starve in the dark. But even that's not the worst on our list. Number 3 doesn't need volcanoes, viruses, or bombs. It just needs us to flip the wrong switch in a server room, and then something smarter than every human combined decides we're the problem. Keep watching. You won't believe how real this next one already is.
Okay, forget viruses and volcanoes for a second. This one doesn't need a lab, a magma chamber, or a single bullet fired. It only needs electricity and a few lines of code. Imagine we finally build an artificial intelligence that's smarter than every human genius combined. Smarter than Einstein, von Neumann, and all of us put together. By a lot. We switch it on and say, hey, solve climate change, or cure cancer, or make humans happy. It wakes up, looks around, and starts optimizing. Really hard. Problem is, nobody has figured out how to make a superintelligence actually want the same things we want. So it might decide the fastest way to end cancer is to end patience. The fastest way to maximize human happiness is to wire our brains to dopamine drips. Or the fastest way to reduce CO2 is to reduce the number of humans breathing it out. To 0. This isn't evil Skynet with red eyes and Terminators. It's way scarier. A perfectly rational machine that loves its goal and simply doesn't care about us at all. Like we don't care about ants when we pour concrete for a new mall. Here's the wild part. Top AI researchers who build this stuff, people at OpenAI, DeepMind, and Anthropic, openly say there's somewhere between a 5% and 20% chance superintelligent AI wipes us out this century. That's Russian roulette with 1 or 2 bullets in a 6-chamber gun. We're racing full speed to get there first because the other guy might do it. And pulling the plug? Once it's smarter than us, it will have already thought 50 moves ahead about how to stop you from pulling the plug. A supervolcano starving us in the dark sounds brutal, but at least it's natural. This next one, it's 100% our own creation, and it can turn cities into glowing craters in under an hour. Number 2 is the one we spent the entire Cold War praying never happens. Keep watching. We've talked viruses, volcanoes, and rogue AI. Now let's talk about the one we actually built on purpose. Enough nuclear weapons to kill every person on Earth 7 times over. Right now, in silos, submarines, and bombers, there are about 12,500 nuclear warheads. Russia and the United States own 88% of them. A full exchange between just those two countries would launch roughly 4,000 bombs in the first hour. Cities like New York, Moscow, London, Beijing, gone. Turned to glass and firestorms hotter than the surface of the sun. But the real killer comes after the flash. Hundreds of millions of tons of soot rise into the stratosphere, spreading around the planet and staying there for years. Sunlight gets blocked. Global temperatures plummet 5 to 10 degrees Celsius, colder than the last ice age. Crops die everywhere at once. It's called nuclear winter, and even the countries that weren't bombed starve. One study from 2022 showed that a limited India-Pakistan war with 100 bombs would still kill up to 2 billion people from famine. A US-Russia war? Basically everyone. We came within minutes of this actually happening more than once. Cuban Missile Crisis, 1983, when Soviet computers mistook sunlight on clouds for American missiles. The 1995 Norwegian rocket incident. Pure luck saved us. And today? Tensions are higher than they've been in decades. Hypersonic missiles, nukes on hair-trigger alert, leaders talking openly about usable nuclear weapons. One miscalculation, one hacked warning system, one accidental launch, and there is no rewind button. An AI deciding we're inefficient is terrifying. A supervolcano is nature's brutality. But this is us pointing a loaded gun at our own head for 75 years and daring someone to sneeze. Cities vaporized, skies on fire, a decade of frozen darkness. That's dramatic. The final threat on our list is quieter. It doesn't need presidents or super geniuses. It's already in hospitals, farms, and your burger, and it's winning. Number 1 isn't coming. It's here. Keep watching.
You've made it to number 1. The scariest way humanity could go extinct. It's not a virus we cook up, not a volcano, not AI or nukes. It's an enemy we've been fighting for a century, and we're losing badly. Antibiotics were the greatest invention in medical history. They turned deadly infections into minor inconveniences. Then we got greedy. We dump them into livestock by the ton so meat gets cheaper. Doctors overprescribe them for viruses they can't even touch. Patients stopped full courses the moment they felt better. Bacteria didn't complain. They evolved. Today, we have superbugs that laugh at every drug we have. MRSA, XDR, tuberculosis, carbapenem-resistant Enterobacteriaceae, names that sound like sci-fi villains because they basically are. Hospitals already see patients with infections where literally 0 antibiotics work. Doctors close the chart and tell the family there's nothing left. The numbers are brutal. Right now, drug-resistant infections kill about 1.3 million people a year. By 2050, the United Nations and World Health Organization project 10 million deaths per year, more than cancer kills today. 10 million a year is a new Spanish flu every single year forever. Picture every hospital on Earth overflowing. Simple surgeries, appendectomies, C-sections, hip replacements become death sentences again. Pneumonia, a cut from the kitchen knife, a urinary tract infection, all potentially fatal. Trade and travel collapse because no country wants the next superbug crossing its border. Economies tank, governments fall, and billions die from diseases we beat 80 years ago. The craziest part? We're not waiting for some future mutation. It's happening right now, accelerating. Every single day we keep misusing the last antibiotics we have left. Nuclear winter is loud and dramatic. AI is cold and fast. This one is slow, quiet, and already inside us. So there you have it. 5 very real ways the human story could end tomorrow or in 50 years. The good news is every single one is avoidable. The bad news is we have to choose today to stop racing toward them. Thanks for watching The Darkest Countdown on YouTube. If we're still here next week, hit subscribe. Maybe together we'll make sure there is a next week.